Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be finding out if Chat GPT can make me better at MX bikes. To do this, we're going to ask Chat GPT two things: what track and bike we should be using. And with the bike and track Chat GPT decides to use, we're going to determine whether a beginner should be using this bike and or track. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's find out if Chat GPT can make me good at MX bikes. First, let's see what track they want me to use. So it looks like it's just going to tell me the basic tracks, like Forest Raceway. So ChatGPT decided to use Aerial, MX Compound, MXB Club, and Forest Raceway. Next, let's ask it, what bike should we use? A 250F, 4-stroke, 250cc. So ChatGPT wanted me to use the OEM YZ250F, the OEM CRF 250R, and the OEM KX 250F. And now that we were done with ChatGPT, I had to make sure to tell it thank you, just in case someday it will come to life and kill me. Now that we got our answers, let's hop into MX bikes. For our first bike, we had the YZ250F, and for our first track, we had MXB Club. It's pretty speedy. Hell yeah, I think I can get behind this, guys. As you could tell, I was liking the bike, and the track, obviously, I've already talked about in my ranking MX bikes tracks list, so I'm not going to be talking about the tracks as much. I think I can see what Chat GPT was thinking. Oh, I was trying a little whip there, and it kind of got a little sketchy, but right now, I'm agreeing with Chat GPT. This is pretty cool. This is pretty good, man. Of course, I feel a little slow coming off of a 450, but still. I'm also not the best driver in the world, so this is totally opinion based, but I made it a whole lap without crashing, so I'd say that's gotta be something. As you already heard me say, ChatGPT made a good choice here. The bike had a lot of control and felt really fast, and I felt like I wasn't gonna crash. And by the way, I go this whole clip without crashing, which is just a testament to how good the bike is, because I suck. Woo. Let's try something. Oh yeah, baby. You know, this is actually a good setup. I appreciate this. This is a pretty nice bike, man. This is cool. This is good. This is a good first impression for ChatGPT. We'll finish this lap up and then we'll head off to our next thing. You know, I'm used to a 450, so I feel a little underpowered, but that's obviously to be expected coming off a 450, so I feel still really fast though coming through this stuff. Like, I don't feel like I lost a lot. Awesome, ChatGPT did a good job with the first one. Next up is the CRF 250R on the Forest Raceway track. Definitely can feel some speed behind this thing. Oh! Right now, I'm loving the first impression of this bike. I feel like it's a lot faster than the first one we checked out, and I appreciate that. A little harder to control, as you can tell, but that's a given when the bike's faster and snappier. It's also a different track, as per ChatGPT requests. Like I said, I felt really fast on this bike. This bike had a lot of control, but also a lot of speed. And honestly, I'm going to start using it. ChatGPT definitely cooked with this choice. And right now, I feel great in this bike. This bike feels like a new home, almost. This bike feels great. I need to remember that I have to shift a lot more now that I'm not in a 450. It's gonna take some getting used to. I actually have to shift. Can't just gun it in first and second anymore. I have to remember that there is a third gear. Like right now, I'm way underpowered, or undergeared. feel great though. Awesome. I love this bike. This is great. So just in case you were blind and deaf, I definitely like this bike, and I definitely think that beginners should be using it. It's a good bike and it has lots of control, but also you have to be wary of the control issues that come with it. If you're not careful with the throttle, sometimes you'll spin out. But other than that, great choice by Chat GPT. Next up is the KX250F. This bike feels really responsive. I like the swampy trees we got going on here. This bike also feels really nice so far. I should also mention that I couldn't find exactly what track ChatGPT was talking about. ChatGPT says Aerial MX Compound, which after looking it up, I couldn't find. But what did pop up was Aerial Test Grounds. So if you want to let me know in the comments if this is the right track or not, please do. For your boy. Okay, so you do have to be in first a little bit here. You can't just totally skip second, unfortunately. So you just drive straight over the starting mark, I guess? And so far, the bike feels really good. I feel like on a track I'm adjusted to, I could do great things with this bike. I don't know if I like it more than the CRF 250, but oh, I don't like it when it noses up like that. So as you could tell, I was really enjoying the bike, and I do think it's very beginner friendly, so ChatGPT gets points for that. But on the track, I have to disagree. This track was not very beginner friendly. Me being not technically a beginner anymore, I was having so much trouble on this track. Maybe it was because I was unadjusted to both the track and the bike, and I just hopped in. But it was still very difficult, and I don't think beginners should be on this track, assuming this is the right track after all. I like this bike. This is a nice bike. The track, not so much for beginners. I think you definitely have to know what you're doing on this track. So this is the first fault I'm going to give ChatGPT is for this track. This track is not going to be beginner friendly. Don't use this track if you're trying to learn what's going on. Maybe it's better once you get adjusted, but first impressions are everything, and right now my first impression is this shit is hard. So definitely would recommend a different track. But other than that, I don't have too many gripes with ChatGPT. They did a good job at setting up you guys with some good equipment. So in all, what do I think of ChatGPT's suggestions? I think that ChatGPT's suggestions were great. My favorite being the CRF 250R. That was the best bike by far, though the other ones were still very good. As for tracks, they were about what I expected, except for the Aerial MX Compound. I don't really know what that one was about or why it was even on there. I've never heard of it, but it must not be very popular because it doesn't pop up either. And I know you guys have been suggesting me to get on a 250 and not a 450. So after this video and trying out the 250s, I'm definitely going to rip on the CRF 250R for a while. It's definitely a very good bike, so thank you guys for that. But that's going to do it for this video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.